But when they arrive at his address, they see a poorly maintained building, and Suo notes that it looks like a haunted house. They head to his unit, but realize the doorbell isn't ringing, and Suo notes that the door isn't locked. He sees Sakura's shoes inside, and calls out for him, but they don't see anyone in the room, so Suo decides to go in. Neri tells him they can't just barge in, but Suo reminds him that Sakura lives alone, and he probably can't move because he's sick. So Suo thinks something bad might happen to him, and Neri imagines him dying alone, so he starts screaming. Sakura hears him and tells him to keep quiet, but he's surprised to see his friends, so he asks them what they're doing there. Neri explains that they're there to visit him, and Suo realizes he isn't feeling well, so he tells him to return to bed. They see his room, and realize that he really lives alone, so they offer to help him out, asking him if he wants to eat the food they brought for him. They show him the gifts from their classmates, and Neri notes that they can help him recover, but he tells them not to worry about him, because he just needs to rest. Suo tells Neri they shouldn't bother him, and they decide to leave, telling him to contact them if he needs anything. But Neri asks Suo why they're leaving, so he explains that it's better to leave Sakura alone, because he isn't used to having friends at his house. Suo thinks they should give him space, so that he won't tire himself out, telling Neri they should visit him again if he doesn't come to school tomorrow. Neri notes that he wants Sakura to know he can count on his friends, because he promised to help him reach the top. But Sakura has been carving his path alone, so Neri wants to be there for him when he's in trouble, and there's someone who interrupts them. Sakura sees his classmates' gifts, and he realizes they all care for him. He recalls that he has always been alone, and thinks about what Yumiya told him, thinking he can't freeze up just because he likes his classmates. He wonders what's wrong with him, and he freaks out as he hears someone approaching, but he realizes it's just Koto. She gives him food, and tells him to eat as much as he can, so he digs in, and she's glad he still has an appetite. She notes that she bumped into Neri and Suo, and tells him Neri was panicking, but he doesn't seem to care. So she hits him, telling him everyone's worried about him. She knows that he got into another fight, and thinks it's the reason why he got a fever, but he tells her it isn't the case. She wonders if he's stressed because he realized he likes his classmates, so he gets embarrassed, asking her who told her what happened, so she reveals that it was Yumiya. He thinks they aren't the reason why he froze up, but she tells him he can't change what happened, and suggests he rely on them the next time it happens. But he wants to do everything himself, so she takes his food